morning. Welcome to another episode of the Claire Video Studio. It is my privilege this morning to introduce to you a very special person whose voice I'm sure you've heard many times on the telephone, Paige Strandcar, our Executive Administrative Assistant. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, Sister Shannon.
How are you this morning?
Good, thank you.
It's really a pleasure to be with you, to share some of the things we've learned about you. It's been such a joy to have you with us. You started working with us in October of 2021, so you've got a few months behind you. Tell us, what is it like to be, well, let's begin here. Let's hear a little bit about you and your family.
Sure. So I grew up in rural Michigan, and after moving away from home, I attended Bowling Green State University, just down the road from here, which is where I met my husband, Brian, and we will have been married for 10 years this year, and we have a 4-year-old son, Jack, who many have had the chance to interact with or certainly hear, I'm sure, lovely stories about. So
Recently we went on a trip and Jack drew us a picture
absolutely.
of the hairy man.
He wanted to make sure you had a companion for your trip to St. Louis.
So we brought the hairy man along and we had our picture taken with him several times. It was fun. So your job here is to serve as our Executive Administrative Assistant. Want to say a little bit about what that is like?
So working for the leadership team definitely brings about many different tasks. I wear many hats, which is wonderful. I certainly, find myself involved in many things outside of what one might think to be a regular just desk job. I find myself away from my desk as much as at my desk, which also is enjoyable because it gives me the opportunity to really work with the whole congregation in a sense, not just the leadership team, but anything from ordering flower arrangements to cleaning or organizing a closet to helping with correspondence to Rome. So it really is a vast variety of things that end up on my plate.
And that's sort of the nature of this whole experience of working for the Sisters of St. Francis. When my family asked me what it was like to be on leadership, I said, well, I go to meetings and we make multi-million-dollar decisions,
Yes.
and then an older sister needs a new pair of slippers.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of works like
yes,
that.
Absolutely.
Well, you've been involved in a couple of special gigs that we have organized here in Umbria Hall to invite the sisters in and to get them familiar with you and spending a little more time with us, the leadership team. Want to say a word or two about the Chinese New Year?
Sure. So one of the first larger tasks or big events that I was asked to help with was Chinese New Year, which I knew little about myself. So it gave me the opportunity to do some research and learn and sort of grow my own horizon there, and then introduce people to, some of the different customs and things that happen during the Chinese New Year. We decorated the whole hallway of Umbria and invited people in to go to various stations and visit amongst the leadership team, and I think that it was well received.
I do too. There were a number of sisters and many of the employees that came through, enjoyed the treats and enjoyed the celebration, which led to another celebration. Our sister Becky, who serves on the leadership team, was certainly excited about Mardi Gras. Having lived in Mississippi for a long time, she decided we needed to celebrate that day, and once again you were inducted into the committee of preparation for the Mardi Gras.
Just a month later, we found ourselves planning for Mardi Gras, which again was fun. That again was an opportunity where I learned a lot outside of what the norms are that people think about with Mardi Gras, and it afforded us an opportunity to be in New Sarah Hall, to bring people together in a way that is unusual because we didn't allow people to just sit, by themselves. We created crews and we had people sort of mingle with staff and sisters that they aren't as familiar with. And so I think that the base of these events, while they're fun, they're also allowing us to build team and, you know, that camaraderie and keep morale high, and that's something that I truly enjoy being a part of.
It really was a special day and a lot of fun. People enjoyed the food and the decorations and all that took place.
Yeah.
Well, recently you were engaged in a little April Fool performance with several other members of the employees as well as many sisters. You want to say a little bit about that tomfoolery?
Sure. So I am a person who, when given a task, likes to make sure it is completed, and the idea was floated that maybe we should do a true April Fool's video, and I thought, sure, let's go ahead and do it. And I mentioned it to a couple other staff members who were enthusiastic about the idea, and the ball just started rolling. And so while I cannot take full credit, it was a true team effort. I spearheaded the idea.
It was a marvelous thing, and when we received it while we were away in St. Louis, it was titled, by the way, "While the Cat's Away, the Mice Will Play." We enjoyed it so much that we shared it with some of the sisters there, and they showed it to the entire conference.
Yes.
So it was one of those splendid moments, and it made us happy to know that our employees felt at home and comfortable enough to have a little fun with us,
Yeah.
and it was really a pleasure. But not only that, we've done some other wonderful things that you've been a major part of. When the war began against the Ukraine, we wanted a way to bring all of the sisters together to pray in unity so that we could feel a part of that desire for peace. And so we came to the decision that we would have peace chaplets, that we would pray that together. But when we couldn't purchase the peace chaplets, I believe it was your idea to make them.
Certainly. And this again is an example where if leadership asks for something, I'm going to do my very best to make sure that that is a completed task. And so I don't like to fail at anything. I like to rise to the challenge, and I knew that it was something that I was capable of. I felt it was something that a team would be capable of to get the supplies and make the chaplet, and I was happy to spearhead that.
We made over 100 altogether.
Yes, we did.
And we gathered as a group, and we laughed and enjoyed each other while we were stringing the beads together.
Yeah.
And those of the younger persuasion were on the floor picking up
Looking for
the
the
beads
ones.
that we dropped. But it was a marvelous way of bringing the whole congregation together. And the sisters were pleased to receive the chaplets. And at our Monday evening prayer, we prayed that chaplet together for peace. So you were a part of a really important dimension of our life as Franciscans. Now, I do want to ask you just one more thing about something you do off campus.
Sure.
Can you tell us about the Bubble Sharks?
So the Bubble Sharks is a group of friends that I am part of, a group of women that get together and dress up as sharks, and we make our own solution and our own bubble wands, and we travel around town and just spread joy by making these giant bubbles that sometimes are the size of a small car. And kids and adults alike love it, and we love being out in the community and doing it. So we have done art loops downtown, we've done birthday parties, we've done cultural events all over the city, and it's something that we're really hoping we can get back into this summer now that the pandemic is sort of under control and we're feeling more comfortable about being in crowds again.
The fact that you mentioned that it brings joy to others is indeed the way most of us perceive you. That's how you interact with all of us in this office. And that makes it really a pleasure to come to work and to share the challenges and the joys and the experiences that we have here. So it's been great for us to have you as a member of our team. And I'm so pleased that the sisters can now associate your face with your voice if they live far away and they haven't seen you. So one final word from you on your ministry with the sisters. How is it for you?
I think it's been wonderful. Starting here initially was scary for me. I had been in my previous employment for almost 10 years. I was very comfortable. I don't like stepping outside of my comfort zone too much, but I took it as a leap of faith. A window opened and I wanted to take that opportunity, and it has been absolutely a breath of fresh air. Everyone has been so kind, so welcoming, so easy to work with. And I love that I am able to interact with so many sisters, outside of just the leadership team. Every department, all of the staff, it's been truly wonderful, and I look forward to coming to work every day.
I'm really glad to hear that. So sisters, don't worry when you come to campus. You may find her preparing for a party, becoming a bubble shark, or doing some desk work, but Paige will be here to support us in it all. Have a blessed day.
May the Lord